What's going on? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be in the world. It's currently 12:17 a.m. Eastern time, my time. I'm doing this video tonight. It'll publish tomorrow, probably sometime in the morning, so that you guys can relish in it all afternoon. I'm just joking. Quick update on my leverage trading ventures so far. It's actually been quite interesting. I will say this. I actually had another company invite me to try out their options leverage trading platform. And I'm like, this is insane. And they actually funded it for me. The CEO threw $1,000 in the account just for me to mess with and learn the system and see if I liked it. And I was kind of playing around. I did a $100 trade and I selected one of the 4 options. And I got liquidated in like 25 seconds. It was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. And then I thought, okay, so I guess I should read everything and really, because I'm like, it's their money. I'm just playing with it. We'll see what happens. 100x leverage, absolute. There's no way you could profit from that. I can't possibly see how anybody could possibly profit from 100x. It's insane. So I did a 5x long, and it's up 100% right now. So because I went through and I actually read what everything meant. And one of these days, I'm going to do a full thing about leverage trading. I'm having fun with it. It's it's just funny. It's fun to me. But I'm really just learning about it. And it's quite empowering, honestly, but you get wrecked so easy. I thought it was funny. I immediately messaged the CEO, and I'm like, dude, this is insanity. I'm like, I didn't realize I was doing a 100x trade on $100, and I lost it all. I got liquidated in minutes or seconds, really. So anyway, looking at Bitcoin's price real quick. This is now, you're going to be watching this later, so this could reverse by the time you see this video, but who knows? We'll see. Currently down a little bit. I'm seeing some momentum build to the downside. I'm seeing the this RSI. It's pretty much right in the middle, so it could really go either way at this point. But all signs right now are pointing to bearish. So, if I were a betting man, considering we're already sitting right on this support line, and we're kind of dropping through it a little bit. Now, this is a 15-minute chart, mind you. I've been doing a lot of stuff on these really small time frames. Looking at let's take a look at a 4-hour. On a 4-hour, let's take a look real quick. RSI is really low on a 4-hour. Everything is a new subscriber, F Castle. Welcome, if you happen to see this video. On a 4-hour, things don't look so bad, but this is, if we want to start getting an idea as to how to predict the future, we can kind of look at the smaller time frames. And on smaller time frames, it's just looking a little more bearish. So we'll see. We'll see what happens come morning. Are we going to be down? Are we going to be up? We'll find out. I'm still learning a lot of this stuff, but I'm really having a good time with it. I got to admit, I am having a good time. But I'm not going to be telling you guys anything about it in detail until I really have a firm understanding, especially considering you guys are trying to figure out what altcoin I'm talking about. I will say this. Hey, I'm really tired. But I've been doing a lot of reading, and I've been following up on a lot of stuff going on with this particular project. I am a holder. I've been holding this through the whole bear market. Honestly, at one point, I thought it was almost dead because I just wasn't seeing anything, wasn't hearing anything. I guess I just wasn't paying close enough attention because there's been a lot of stuff brewing underneath. It's just everything these guys have been doing has been really under the radar. I know, who is it? I'll tell you in a minute. But recently, there's been a lot more going on with this project. And I almost feel like they've just been laying down a foundation from which to explode in the near future. And now this is all my own personal opinion. There's only one thing that I knew that I never mentioned publicly, but it looks like they did, so now I can say it. because I knew about this for a year, I think. Well, maybe not a year. It's been a while. It hasn't been a year. My time frames are all out of whack in my head, but it's been a while. I knew this was coming, but I never said anything about it. But since then, I feel like they've been doing a lot of things to prime themselves for the attention that they're going to receive, likely when some things happen. So, what project am I talking about? What project do I think is going to is potentially going to really start booming here soon? Join my course on Udemy and I'll tell you. I'm just kidding. Taking a jab. I've had a lot of you guys ask me questions. Yes, I'm stalling because I know it's killing you. But I've had a lot of people ask me questions about Superman's latest video where he basically talked about crypto YouTubers and how they were all basically schmucks and like just terrible and all kinds of stuff. And people were asking me like, man, he really threw you under the bus. Like, I thought you guys were cool. And I watched the video and I'm thinking, yeah, what's up with this? This is insanity. And so I messaged him on Facebook and I'm like, hey dude, what was up with this video? I'm like, people are like messaging me, telling me you threw me under the bus and lumped me in with everybody else and this and that. And I'll show it at some point. I'll probably have to ask him. He was like, dude, I'm so sorry. He was like, I wasn't even thinking you. He was like, I was so frustrated with all these people. And he was just naming people that he didn't like. And he basically said, I don't really consider you a crypto YouTuber. I just consider you kind of a crypto educator. And he was like, I really wasn't thinking of you. He was like, had nothing to do with you. I wasn't talking about you. And I'm like, all right, cool. He's like, I do talk. He's like, I'm talking to you right now. He was like, you're one of very few people that message me and I actually respond. He was like, I get messages all the time and, all this other stuff. So it's definitely true that it looks like he's really capitulated hard. I mean, he's lost a lot of faith in the crypto sphere. Obviously not Bitcoin. And of course, he's now bullish on Cardano because it's one of the few projects he still holds, that and Stellar. Yeah, I mean, he wasn't even talking about me, guys, and apparently I wasn't on his mind when he was ranting about a lot of these other folks. So we're still cool. It's all good. I was for a minute though, I was like, wait a minute, what's going on? Achoo! Oh gosh, excuse me. Oh, why am I on Dragon Chain's website? I guess that's who I'm talking about right now. I just had to leave you going. It only took 8 minutes. This is just kind of like for all the people that are like, oh, you ramble too much, you talk too much, you get to the meat, get to the point. I want to get in and out. It's a lot of sailors trying to get their shore time and peace out in 5 minutes. A lot of these two-pump chumps. Dragon Chain, folks, is getting ready to start popping. And I'll tell you why. Now, again, this is my own personal opinion. I'm not a financial advisor. Follow up, do your own research, do some digging, use the stuff. I'm not going super deep into this video because I've already spent 8 minutes and I don't want it to be a super long one. I do want people to get in and get out, and I will time code the video below so that people can just see the meat. But let's look at this first. So let's look at some of these token metrics. Right now, it's trading at 6 cents. It's up almost 6% over the past 24 hours. The metrics on the actual trading volume and market cap and things like that don't look terrible, but number of active addresses looks pretty low, but this is 272 active addresses over the last 24 hours. A lot of altcoins are seeing really small numbers when it comes to on-chain metrics. It's just the nature of the beast. A lot of these projects are just getting their stuff together. They've been spending this bear market developing and just doing their thing. Its original all-time high was $4.99, okay? Almost $5 freaking dollars at their original all-time high. And there was definitely a lot of hype surrounding Dragon Chain because of its relationship with Disney and all of that. It's down 98.75% from its original all-time high with a break-even multiple of almost 80. So that means if you were to buy Dragon Chain today and it were to just reach its original all-time high, you would multiply your money 80 times. Think about that. That's insanity, okay? But we're looking at these kinds of numbers across the board with a lot of the altcoin market. Now, up since low is its cycle low is about 2 cents. It's up 205% since it's low, okay? Which means people are buying it. People are still interested in it. It's not completely dead. It's not, this has been one of the most under the radar projects, I think, throughout the bear market, because it honestly had me fooled. And I was looking for updates. I've been trying to track down Joe and get him on the channel for an interview. He's really hard to pin. People joke about how hard it is to pin me down and get me talking about something or to get my attention. I have yet to be able to get a hold of Joe. We exchanged messages once, maybe a couple months ago. But it's coming. I will have him on at some point, and we're going to dive deeper into a lot of these updates, which is one of the reasons why I'm going to save it. I'm not going to dive super deep into this now. I'm just going to point you in the right direction. Reddit subscribers, only 3,372. Now, looking at some of the stuff that they have going on, this is one of their most recent things. This is from 1 day ago, okay? Now, believe me, this rabbit hole gets a little deep, but we're going to touch on some of it. Dragon Chain powering new COVID-19 Safe Pass platform by Medic Health. Now, for those of you that are kind of like, well, I'm new. I don't know anything about crypto, or I don't even know who the hell you are. You're just like this big ugly ogre with a pew pew shirt on. Why should I even pay attention to you? I'm nobody. I'm just some dude on the internet who calls it as I see it. I learn as much as I can, and I try to share what I learn with the public. That's pretty much it. I'm not special. I'm not brilliant. I'm not anything. I'm just freaking tall. That's about it. So, that being said, I'm one of the smartest sons of bitches in crypto. No, I'm just kidding. Absolutely not the truth. I was very bullish on the Dragon Chain ICO. Everything that they were talking about sounded fantastic. Its relationship with Disney sounded really good. I've actually met these guys in person. I met them out of Daytona because they were sponsoring a NASCAR, working on getting their branding out. And there's just a lot of different relationships that these guys have, and they seem like genuine good guys, and they're nerds, and I like that when it comes to cryptocurrency. I don't like a lot of these salesy, schmoozy, schmucky types in crypto. This is nerds' world. This is like Lawnmower Man, okay? I am God here. That's kind of what I'm looking for. I'm looking for nerds with ideas and the intelligence and the know-how to pull these ideas off. I'm not looking for some douchey car salesman. And these guys they're very, very smart nerds, in my opinion. I mean, and I hope they take that as a compliment. I'm a big nerd. I just happen to be a bigger nerd than most. I mean, hell, look at this. I'm painting miniature models tonight. Okay, this is what I've been working on. I've got a whole bunch of them. War Machine. Whoop whoop. Anyway. I'm losing my mind, folks. COVID's just wrecking my head. So anyway, speak of the devil, COVID-19 has attacked more than our bodies. It has attacked our way of life. The key to getting back to normal is transparency, traceability, and verifiably proven results. Now, Dragon Chain's primary goal is interoperability, and a lot of their use case and a lot of their target is basically things like Chainlink, Aeon. Aeon's original primary use case was interoperability between various blockchains. But this is actually something that Dragon Chain has been focused on entirely, as well as establishing use cases to utilize this interoperability. And they've got patents. Dragon Chain has the first patents I've seen publicly for blockchain technology. I think Hedera Hashgraph might have one for their type of blockchain. I don't remember. And in which case, good on them, because I'm pretty sure they've been focused a lot on quantum security and things like that, which I've got a quantum computing video that I'm working on. I've actually requested something from Charles Hoskinson. I don't really ask much from the man. He read it. He hasn't said anything about it. I want him to give me a little clip about something because I want to use it in an upcoming video that I've been working on. But anyway, Dragon Chain is basically partnered with Medic Health, and they're doing this as kind of an enterprise level blockchain to store data associated with COVID testing. People who are testing positive for antibodies, testing positive for COVID-19, if they're sick, or what their medical history is, and so forth and so on. And basically securing that blockchain, but then making it available to other applications that require that information. And I think it's actually a really solid use case. And this is just the most recent thing. Looking at some of these statistics, look, it's up 186% just in the past month. And we haven't even done anything yet. That's just based off of a little bit of news. And if you look at, if I look at all my holdings and I look at some of the top gainers, Dragon Chain is one of the top ones popping right now. This is one of their patents. Security systems and methods based on cryptographic utility token inventory tenure. I'm not smart enough to understand half of what this shit says, so I'm not even going to bother reading through it, but if you like, you can go through. Reading technical gobbledygook in this sense, to me, is like mind-numbing. But it's a patent, and I think it has something to do with time and how they're staking the tokens or something associated with that. This is what I care a lot about, which is this is the abstract, but this is for their internal chain. And this is a patent for basically the way their interoperability systems work within their blockchain. And this is gold. This is absolute gold, because this basically means that if anybody wants to utilize their system for something, they have to pay them. Hopefully they have to pay them in Dragon Chain. But there's so much to this. Read through it. It's not very difficult to find. They have it linked on their different websites. Now, blockchain interoperability is solved with Interchain, trademarked. In expedited fashion, Dragon Chain is happy to announce their original Interchain patent has been expanded. Now, keep in mind too that when you're trying to apply for a patent, until you can prove that your concept is functional and works, you can really only get a provisional patent, which basically buys you a couple years to further develop your idea into something functional and usable that you can demonstrate and test. Only then do you actually get an actual patent, which protects that idea for 20 years. Okay? I think their patent is good until 20, was it 2036, 2046, something like that. I could even have that number a little off, but basically these guys are going to control this for a while. This could potentially give stuff like Dragon Chain a run for its money, and we haven't even gotten to the kicker yet. Okay, this expanded patent protects Dragon Chain's unique architecture, effectively future-proofing its position as the leader in interoperability. I have been bullish on interoperability for so long now, because I think interoperability is going to be the driving force behind the true growth of use case and mass adoption as we move over and into the next 2 years and beyond. Okay, so I really think Dragon Chain's going to start popping. I could be wrong, but I really think that they're onto something, and they're like a volcano getting ready to blow up. Right now, all you see is a bunch of rock on a hill. You don't think much of it. But when this thing starts exploding, I really think you're just going to have Dragon Chain all over you. Origin story. Dragon Chain is focused on interoperability between private blockchain platforms since their early days at Disney in 2014. In 2016, they were the first multi-chain hybrid to tap into the Bitcoin public blockchain from their private blockchains within Disney. In 2016, Disney released, keep in mind, Disney's working on blockchain technology in 2014, folks. Can you say foresight? Founder and CEO of Dragon Chain built the commercial Dragon Chain Inc. Since then, a continued focus on interoperability solutions for the enterprise has led to the private-public hybrid architecture that serves as the foundation to the first and only company to successfully interchain, with public and private blockchains as well as legacy enterprise systems being used in business. Here's the thing. When you're talking about a lot of retail investors speculating on cryptocurrencies, on Binance and the like, a lot of these guys aren't really paying as much attention to enterprise-driven solutions, because their target market are the companies that are looking to utilize their protocols en masse for their own applications to then attract retail investors, retail users, establish mass adoption for dApps and things of that nature. So oftentimes I feel like when we see enterprise in a blockchain, we don't see as much hype and FOMO around those projects, because the general retail investment market don't really understand what it means overall. But for the majority of us, enterprise basically means much bigger than, in other words, it would be like if I were trying to establish something for the retail market, like CryptoKitties. Excuse me. I'm trying to create something like CryptoKitties. And I'm creating that specifically for the retail market. Dragon Chain is saying, no. We're not worried about the individual retail market. We're worried about building the platform from which there can be many different types of CryptoKitties like dApps and give them the power for like a high transfer rates, a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? Transactions per second. So yeah, I hope this video even makes sense because I feel like I'm kind of out of it. Now, I knew this was coming a while ago. I didn't say anything. If you look at, is it this? Yeah, Open Source Money. This is a docuseries that is going to be airing on network television. Now, June 20th. We're looking at June 20th. So next month, June 20th. We a little more than a month away, this puppy's going to start airing on Discovery Science. Okay? I really wanted to tell people this a long time ago, but I never know half the time what people are telling me is like, is it private? Can I talk about it? But anything that somebody tells me in like a phone call or whatever. JD Serafine is basically the producer of this document series, has been on my channel. He spoke at Chainwise. We talk, folks. I'm pretty sure I'm actually in this docuseries, okay? Unless they cut me out of it. And I have no idea. I'm pretty sure that some of the footage they're using of me was like early footage. Like we were out, I was sweaty, I was wearing like a t-shirt, I was super fat and just gross. Not much has changed, but at least I got a better haircut. So anyway, this thing is going to air on Discovery Science. Now, some of you guys are like, so what? Well, Discovery Science is wildly popular. And so, they're growing basically year after year. But where's the meat? I had it highlighted. Okay. Available in 220 countries and territories with nearly 50 languages. Discovery is a platform innovator reaching viewers on all screens, including TV Everywhere products, such as the Go portfolio of apps. And then it lists all the different stuff. Basically, everybody can get Science Channel for the most part, even though it's a cable network. Science Channel Television Network is available in more than 63 million homes in the U.S. Complimentary video on demand offering, SciGo app allowing viewers to catch up on full episodes of their favorite shows anytime. The thing of it is that after Science Channel has aired this docuseries about Joe and Dragon Chain and blockchain technology and all that, it's likely going to end up in some other large platforms as well. So before you know it, this thing will have been seen by millions of people, most likely, both new and old alike, in terms of their relationship to the cryptocurrency space. And if I am going to think, pretty sure that's going to establish quite a bit of interest in this Dragon Chain thing. And I honestly think, too, that something like this, and I'm not saying this is going to be the case. This could be silly. But I honestly think that when this thing airs and people start to really understand what's going on behind the scenes with a lot of these under the radar blockchain type altcoin projects, people are going to realize why so many of these projects have remained under the radar while they have been, but are likely going to resurrect themselves and reestablish themselves and move forward up and onward. So I look, guys, it's no secret. I've been a big proponent of altcoins. I love my Bitcoins. Okay. I love it. I love Satoshi Nakamoto and all those other motorcycles. I love all of that stuff, but I really, really love altcoins because I truly believe that it's going to be the mass adoption of the various dApps and applications on various blockchains, interoperability, one working in hand with the other, and how they all, basically creating this pyramid of adoption that all will ultimately lead up to Bitcoin, or maybe Cardano in the next few years. Who knows? Depends on what happens with quantum computing and quantum decryption. But that's something I'm going to be getting into in another video. But yeah, overall, guys, look, I really think that I think Dragon Chain is going to start really hitting back and coming back. And I would advise you guys to take a peek, take a look at it, and do some of your own research. Come up with what you think. I would love to hear your comments in the comment section. I would actually like to read your comments. What do you think is popping off with Dragon Chain? Should Joe and I do an interview? Are you guys interested in Dragon Chain? Or are you guys just going to wait out until next month on the 20th and wait until you start watching the docu-series? I think I should get Joe on to do an interview and discuss all these things and kind of get in his head a little bit and figure out, like, why do you think you've been so under the radar? Has that been intentional because you guys are more focused on building what you're going to promote and really start pushing later? I feel like I already know the answer to a large degree because I've been hearing it from projects all over the place. During the bear market, there are no eyes and ears to be pushing information to because nobody cares. People have been burnt. People have lost money. Altcoin projects are going down. Bitcoin's going down. Cryptocurrency's going down. The sky is falling. Chicken little, chicken little. But that's not going to be the case because we're getting amped up. We're getting ready. The halving has concluded. We're going to have some market volatility as miners sort themselves out and exchanges and all that stuff. And we figure out where's Bitcoin transactions? Where's the market going? And as we move forward, I do believe that we're going to start seeing some significant pumps in the altcoin market. And the closer we get to an all-time high or a new all-time high, basically surpassing the original $20,000 Bitcoin we all knew and loved back in the day, I think that we're going to start seeing some serious altcoin pumps from there on, which is then going to spawn a really, really strong volatility model going forward as the altcoins and the altcoin speculators start fueling that Bitcoin price, and back and forth and up and down we go until we reach the new peak. I'm not even going to make another big prediction. I'm not going to make a prediction on Dragon Chain. I can tell you that right now. But I definitely think it's going to start moving. It's going to start moving. But that's just my guess. Don't trade on it. Don't run out and buy it just because I'm saying all this stuff. Do your own research. Make sure it's something you want to get into. Anything could happen, okay? But I'm actually glad. I'm glad that I got into Dragon Chain. I've held strong because I think they're going to have their day. As I also think that other projects are going to have their day moving forward as well. So till next time, guys, crow your coins. 28-minute video. That's not too long. Yes, I rambled a lot, damn it, but that's what I do. Peace. Crow your coins. Are you still here?